Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk After School. I am joined today by Alexis from Greenville High School. Alexis, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
So Alexis, you are a sophomore, is that correct?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of what you're into, what activities do you do during school, kind of what are your interests, and we'll go from there.
I'm a sophomore. I'm in Flash GHS with Lori Butler. This was my second year of Flash, and that's pretty much it. I stay to myself.
You stay to yourself,
Yes,
you don't socialize as much as some other people might.
I do, but I I stay hard on my grades, and Mr. Nelson stays hard on my grades.
Yeah, I can imagine. I have to go to meetings with Mr. Nelson every week, so he's always telling us how he stays on y'all. So
Yeah.
it's good to see that's confirmed. So I know we were talking a little bit earlier before you came on about the flashes and how kind of the quarantine has kind of affected y'all a little bit. Can you go into kind of what's changed just for your organization and how you are kind of adjusting?
Um, well, we haven't. Well, we usually when we have new freshmen that come in and do their new freshmen coming in, it's gonna be hard for them to get their flash boots and turn in their money. For me, I haven't turned any money, so I'm kind of worried if I'm gonna be able to do next year from next year for my second year. I'm kind of worried because I haven't sold any boxes of chocolate. I haven't made any money to turn into her, and it's just gonna be hard with going to summer practice with all of this that's going on. Kind of scared.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I know y'all have a lot of fundraisers and stuff to kind of raise money because you know without it you don't really have a program.
Hmm.
And so I'm hoping that they'll find a way to, and I'm sure they will. They'll find a way to work with you, and hopefully everybody can enjoy that. So, tell me a little bit about because the other people that are the other students I've had on the podcast. They've been elementary students, so for them it's kind of more of like, oh, I get to stay home and I get to kind of just it's like an extended break. So how, as a high schooler, how are you kind of adjusting to this new way of life, and are you liking it? Uh, are you having difficulty with it? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, honestly, it's horrible. I miss my school. I miss going to high school. I miss seeing my Flash sisters. It's hard doing online Apex because I just don't feel like getting up doing it. It's on my time. If you know, a lot of people is hard on my grades. And when we're going to school, we're forced to do it. But when we're at home, it's kind of on our time. Stuff like that. And it's just very hard for me because like when I wake up, it's just like, do I have a purpose to get up? So like I don't have a purpose to get up, and that kind of makes me sad a little bit. But like we've been trying to do things around here to pass the time. Like we just made a new garden outside. That's good. And I just started to get back on YouTube making funny videos like I used to do in the past. I'm just trying to keep myself busy during the time.
So you have your own YouTube channel?
Yes.
So what kind of stuff do you do on your YouTube channel?
Well, I just started basically my YouTube channel is just a bunch of stuff where I talk to people. I did a Q&A, little things about me. I did like a little fashion haul thing of outfits, 5 outfits I'm gonna do when we get out of quarantine. Just things I'm looking for. I did a 50 shirt challenge, which I'll never do again because that was horrible. I couldn't
Is that
couldn't
is
get
that
the
where
shirt
you
off.
is that where you just throw on a bunch of shirts and see how many you can?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
got to like 30 something.
yeah.
I
Every
never
time I see those videos, it makes me like super claustrophobic. I just would not be. I'd
yeah.
get to like three, and then I'd be like, yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, I couldn't get to. I only got to 30, and it was hard. I'm very claustrophobic.
Well, that is awesome. I didn't know that you had your own YouTube thing. So, you said you just started that? Was that easy for you to
Mhm.
get into, or was that?
Um, Well, I had an old YouTube channel, but I didn't like the way I was putting up my content because I wasn't getting enough views. And I looked at it from my perspective and I was like, this is boring. Nobody's going to watch this. I don't even want to watch this. So I deleted that and I made a new YouTube channel and I got a lot of people liking my stuff and a lot of people watching it. And it kind of made me happy and it makes me, it inspires me to want to do more, you know?
Yeah, and I would say the biggest thing that I've learned from doing a podcast and stuff like that is if you're doing something that don't do something that you think other people will like, do stuff that you like, and then the people that end up watching your content or whatever, you are gonna have something in common because you're doing something that you both enjoy. If you're doing something that other people, then you're not gonna be as enthused about it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Well, that is awesome. So school is out for the rest of the year. So how are you really excited about next year? Are you um, kind of itching to get back, or are you kind of at that point where you just kind of want to, for me personally, at first it was like, oh, great, another week of spring break,
Mm.
I get to slack off some more. And now it's like, man, just having that routine every day of, okay, we have meetings on these days and we do, we have this on this day, like not having that as much is a struggle even for, someone that's got a career. So how are you doing with that?
Well, honestly, I know when I go back to school next year, things are gonna be different. You know, I'm still gonna be feeling like I don't want to. You know, I got to keep my 6 feet. Things are gonna be different for me. I'm gonna be distant to people. You know, I'm not gonna feel a little safe. Although I am excited for next year for football season because that's my favorite season. We get to go places with Flash and just Flash sister and everything like with Flash just makes me happy because you know I'm a part of something, a purpose to get up.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, so next year I'm excited about it. But as for when we went on spring break, um, when we went on spring break and then we had an extra week off, I was like, okay, good. Now I want to go back to school because I'm bored. I'm tired of being
Right.
at home. I
Yeah.
want to go back to school. The work online that we get with Apex, I feel like it's a lot more than what we actually get in class.
Hmm.
But you know, I'm not in charge of none of that. I just gotta stay on it. And Mr. Nelson is logging in, looking at my stuff, so I can't get away with it.
Yeah, he's not going to let you slack off. That's for sure. So this is the last thing I'll ask. So as far as your Apex learning and things like that, has it been difficult like if you run into a problem or something like that, has that been the difficult part, or just there's been, because I have some aides that work for me and their college classes, they say it's way harder now because they're just getting tons and tons of more work, and they're actually doing more now than they were before. Is that kind of what you were talking about?
I feel like they're putting a lot more online than what we actually get in class. Then they're putting stuff on there that you know we're not familiar with, and you know they don't know what we're going through at home and what kind of conditions we're living through at home, and we don't have that in school help, you know.
Yeah.
So yes, it has been hard for me to do like the math that I've been getting, but I've been using this app that's been helping me lately, especially with English because I'm good at it, but it's a little hard sometimes. I've been using Socratic basically.
Okay, that's an app that you can download onto your phone.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, Alexis, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me today and kind of sharing your experience with kind of all the craziness that's going on. So I know it's been an adjustment for me and the people I work with. So not that I'm glad to hear that the students are having a tough time too, but it is good to know that we're kind of on this together. So thank you so much for joining us. And is there anything else you want to say before we go?
I like to give a shout out to my YouTube channel, Lexi Gang, Lexii Gang. Um, yeah, that's about much. That's about it.
Okay, well, Alexis, thank you so much for joining us. And
Hmm.
as always, be safe out there, and we'll talk to you later, okay?
All right, bye. Thank you.